I don't see nothing, but hopefully you guys see me out there. Let me know if you all can see me. Okay, now I see my preview popping up. So let's just make sure that you can hear me and that you can see me. Yeah? Okay, perfect. First of all, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you all had a good night. I didn't do anything too crazy. We just went to my mother-in-law's and we played a couple of board games and a little bit of karaoke and just ate some finger foods and stuff. Not much of the partier anymore. I'm just reading your comments here in the chat. Okay. So first I'll explain one more time how I got the 5 finalists. Everyone that commented in the giveaway comment section of the other video, what I did is I look at the comment and I copy that username and I put it into a list. I just use Excel. And then I'll put a heart next to that person, and then I'll go to the next one. So I go all the way to the beginning and do every single one at a time. If anyone commented with something that, hold on here, all right, I'm just getting a message on my screen here. Anyways, what I was saying, and I hope this is still streaming, is that, yeah, if a person commented and didn't actually watch the video, because I just asked what your favorite blade style was, I wouldn't consider that a valid entry. I mean, if you can't take the time to watch a 2-minute video and you didn't respond, then I'm not going to put you in. There's only one person, I believe. So there were a total of 97 valid entries. So what I do is I used a random integer generator and I had it generate 5 random numbers. Okay, I have no idea why it's, just give me 1 second here. You guys can still hear and see me, right? Because this YouTube...
Yeah, I caught you online.
You got it? Okay. So I'm just going to ignore this error. I'll deal with it another time. All right, anyways, let me tell you who the 5 finalists are in no particular order. The first finalist is Adam Klotzer 8242. Second is Olivier RGN 5168. Third person is Dreamy Nightmare 750. The fourth is BelzTerence. And lastly is John Doe 5555. So those are the 5 finalists. That'll be hopefully one of those. Hopefully one of them will win the Saber.
Dreamy Nightmare's on.
And Dreamy Nightmare is on. All right, let's switch to the race. And are we good with the race on the screen?
I don't see it on the live chat just yet. Oh, there we go. We are now good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. When do you want to start?
Okay, so you do have the move your mouse down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in. All right. Okay, so 45 seconds is the timer, and let's click start and go. And that's that. I also have the poll going on in the live chat, and we have LGT, the XRGB V3 with the micro SD card. So this one is it's a budget LGT Saber I found, but it has the micro SD card, so it has more sound fonts, and you can see the difference. Oh, and the Black Series helmet. Well, thank you, because I have the Black Series. I have two Black Series helmets that have been sitting in the boxes for months, and I just you know, waiting to review at least one of them. So yeah, there's also a replica saber, which is gorgeous, like really nice, and the price is really good too for what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And what else do I have? I have a mystery box coming. I had that idea from someone who commented if I'm ever going to do one, and yeah, I have a mystery box coming from Dark Wolf Sabers. And yeah, okay, yes, well, I review the new SABNEO sabers. So SABNEO released a new line, and I thought it was supposed to be called Series X, but it's actually Série X, for French. And Série X has three sabers. There's the Iron X, which is inspired by a certain Mr. Stark from a certain franchise. And there is also the Walker, which if you look at it, you'll know right away what that's inspired by. And lastly, there's Dark X, and that's inspired by a saber that is dark. I did reach out to SABNEO, and they are going to send me the Dark X for review. I don't know about the other two, but the Dark X, they did say yes, they will send me one for review. I'm not even sure when they're going to ship it. They're really busy right now with the Christmas season, so you just got to be patient for that. Anyways, the mystery box is from Dark Wolf Sabers. I have a couple of sabers coming from a company called Super Neo X, and up until very recently, their hilts, or these two hilts that I'm getting, were exclusive to them. But now they've lost that exclusive, I can't see this word, exclusive whatever. They lost the exclusive rights to the two hilts, and so now you'll see them on other sites. But they're really nice looking hilts. And the one I have in the poll from TXQ, the Super RGB, it's a really nice looking hilt as well. It's something incredibly unique, and it's very pretty, and my wife likes it a lot. Yeah, I thought it was a typo, and I even told them, I'm like, yeah, there should be a letter S here for Series X, but no, there's supposed to be a accent aigu or whatever. Did I say that right? Yeah, accent aigu, Série. But yeah, I don't know. They just want it to be fancy. I also have another block set, which I'm actually started to record the video for that, but that's not going to be done for a while because this one is a big set. It's almost 2,000 pieces. So I'm going to be recording it in chunks, and then when I'm done, I'll have to put it all together into one video. But yeah, it's going to take me days or weeks to finish. Any news on my SABNEO Saber? I asked them about that because I haven't really heard a whole lot, and they said that they wanted to get their Series X out before Christmas, so they haven't had time to focus on that one. But I keep bugging them about it, and my goal would be nice if we could have it by May the 4th. If it could be released that day, it would be really cool, but I'm not sure. I also have another really cool saber, which I am working on with another company, and I can't really say it's my saber, but basically they asked me what I like to see out there. So I'm like, I'd like to see something like this with a few modifications. So they modified it. They sent me files and they're like, how does this look? And I'm like, okay, so get rid of the skinny neck, just make a change there. And if you're doing a 2-button design, make sure that where the buttons are, it's lowered, it's sunk into the hilt a little bit. And they're actually listening to every little thing I tell them, which is awesome. As well as the voice and the ignition types and the sound fonts, because I really like the sound font that I heard, which was the Utini, the Jawas. And they actually have that sound font, and so they're going to put it on their sabers. And they sent me a prototype saber to have a look at and to go over and to ask or to make any changes if I feel they're necessary. And there were a couple of little things that I felt could have been improved. So they're sending me another one with an updated core as well, because the core also needed a couple of little changes. And it is a one-of-a-kind in the sense, not one-of-a-kind, but it's the only saber that I have ever seen that is as accurate to Lego as you would ever find. And I mean, it's not like it's hard to replicate the hilt, right? It looks like a dumbbell, but it's not just that, it's the entirety of it. And when you see it, you're gonna be like, wow, because there's no one else out there that does it like them. And the way it's put together as well, something you don't usually see. So really cool. And that company is War X Saber, and I've reviewed one saber from them, which was their NX7 Warrior, which is very similar to another Warrior, incredibly budget friendly, and that's a really good saber too for starting out RGB. And again, they listened to me when I said, the sound quality. They use those tiny little flat speakers and they're junk, but they went and changed it to the better bass speaker. So, but yeah, I've been in contact with them, and it's awesome that they're working closely with me.
Question: have you found a frugal star killer?
A frugal star killer? I have not found a frugal star killer. It is beautiful. Like if you're talking about the one with the exposed kyber crystal, yeah, it's a beautiful saber, but I have not found one for a good price yet. My go-to for frugal replicas would be HL Saber or Handling. They keep adding more and more to their catalog. And yeah, when is the next giveaway? The next giveaway most likely will be, I shouldn't say most likely, the next giveaway will be in May, for May the 4th, and it's also the Frugal Jedi's 2-year anniversary. And I reached out to N Sabers, and N Sabers is going to be doing a giveaway with me. Sorry, Papa Nina, I can't have a free lightsaber. Oh yeah, this hoodie is one of my favorites. Walmart. It's usually where I get most of my Star Wars stuff from. One last thing to mention in terms of news, and I was supposed to keep it under wraps, but it's already out there because one of my viewers sent me a message on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess the cat's out of the bag. TXQ is releasing a new core this year, or a new soundboard this year, and it is called the SM Pixel V4 Pro. So what's the difference between V4 and the Pro? No idea. They haven't really told me a whole lot. But I was asked by TXQ official from AliExpress. They're going to send me 2 cores, a dual button and a single button, and they want me to, excuse me, they want me to have a look at them and test them. Basically just, make sure everything's right and working the way it should be. So I won't be showing them to you guys because they are prototypes, and they don't want it to be shown until it's finalized. That's pretty cool though. yeah, I'm very curious to see what the difference is between this Pro Edition and the original. Maybe they corrected the issues with accent swings, because I know that there are issues right now with accent swings. Tim, which one did you get? Sorry, I have a bad memory. But Tim Roseberry, you got a Saber from the last giveaway. Right, Sean. So with the latest firmware on the SN Pixel, which I do have on the Google Drive, the latest SN Pixel V4 firmware, it does play accent swings, but it doesn't do them quite right. And this was actually brought up to me by Blue Bomber 81, who is an active user on the channel. And he says that what happens is it plays the accent swing, but as soon as you move the Saber and it starts to produce the next sound effect, rather than finishing off the sound of the accent, it cuts it off and then goes to the regular swing, like the high swing or the low swing. So yeah, that's the issue with accent swings right now. So maybe the Pro is going to resolve that. Maybe the Pro has more gyroscopic sensors in it. Like I said, I really don't know. Until I have it in my hands, I won't know.
John Kershaw's on. He's regular on the channel.
Yes, John is regular. So Papa Nipa, under $50. If you're talking U.S. currency, go to warxsaber.com. I'm actually just going to open that page up. So originally when I reviewed this Saber, the AliExpress store was a lot cheaper, and so when they've realized that, they fixed it. There you go. So the Warx Saber NV7, the NV7 Warrior, is $46 US with free shipping. And it's a nice, decent Saber. Watch my review and you'll see it. And now the speaker's even been upgraded. And I do have a discount code that works on warxsaber.com. I think it's only 5% off, but I mean, 5% is better than nothing. Do you think I remember what that discount code is now? Because I couldn't make it Frugal Jedi. It's something different. Check the Warx Saber review, and I put the coupon code in the description, and you can use it for an extra 5% off. But that would probably be your best bet. The other one too is the one I just reviewed from Temu. Only if you're in the States, though. If you're in the States, that Saber is $52. Excuse me, $52 US with free shipping. And that is XRGB V3, which is really nice, and it has accent swings, and you can add the micro SD, and it has Bluetooth. And that video has already got over 1,000 views, which was just like mind-blowing. I'm like, wow. Like, I guess people are looking on Temu for Sabers. I hope they watch my video. It's not like I'm trying to promote Temu, but I'm like, well, if people are going to go on there and buy a Saber, and I went through like so many looking at them, and they're just, oh man, they're so bad. But they look so pretty on the outside, right? But yeah, I've seen enough to know that you're not going to like it. But this one from Dupenga is really good for $52 US. But if you're in Canada, $115. It's dumb.
Christine has a question.
What's the question?
She has an extra SABNEO V8 2-button core. Is there any place to get an empty hilt to fit it?
Excuse me. Yes, empty hilts. I'm trying to think. LGT doesn't make a whole lot of 2 buttons. You're going to have to look at TXQ. TXQ official store on AliExpress, I believe, has empties. That would be the first place to look. I would have to look into it a little more. But pretty much anything, if you can get You could always message TXQ as well, because I'm pretty sure they'll send you an empty. Like if there's a certain design you like, so example, I'm going to grab my, like maybe you like the Ghost, right? They might send you an empty hilt. You just ask them what the price is.
Ben 10 has a question.
What's up?
Which saber is the best on Amazon, which has a customizable soundboard with an SD card?
Amazon.ca or Amazon.com?
No idea.
Okay, I don't really look too much on Amazon.com because I am in Canada. But excuse me. I haven't really looked in a while at Amazon.ca for sabers, just because you can get sabers directly from TXQ, from their AliExpress store, and it's a lot cheaper than Amazon. So yeah, I can't really answer that one. I'm sorry. Are there any more questions out there?
Seb Builds asks, what saber would you recommend someone who had never had a saber before to get?
A saber for someone who has never had one before. Oh boy. You gotta, okay, so do they want RGB or do they want NeoPixel?
Doesn't say.
Yeah, so let's just say if it's your first RGB saber, and if you want something that's like the best RGB, that would be anything from like LGT with their XRGB or Xeno RGB V3 core. That's like on the hot list right now. That's the best there is for RGB. If you're looking for entry-level budget, you have companies like Handling, like HL Saber. They make really good budget RGB sabers, and even their budget NeoPixel. Their H pixels are good, Bluetooth capable with micro SD expandability, and the prices are fantastic. And you have to order them directly from Alibaba, and it'll say on some of the postings will say you have to purchase at least 2, but you really don't. You just tell them that, you know, I saw it on the Frugal Jedi, and they'll take care of you. You do pay for shipping on Alibaba, but considering you're only paying like $60 for a H pixel saber with micro SD and Bluetooth, and so yeah, it's like $30. I paid like, what did I pay? Like 110 US for H pixel, which is really good. Otherwise, entry level, like if you're looking for a beginner or a starting NeoPixel saber, without customization options, the Nova, right? The Nova is really nice, which I have behind me somewhere. I'll grab it out. I'm not going to grab it. Just leave it. But the Nova is really good and has a good design, 4 screws, and it just works well. But if you really want like really budget NeoPixel, that one I reviewed on Amazon, which was made by CovPot, that one was pretty good. The budget NeoPixel ePixel sabers from Handling, which are kind of almost the same as the one from Amazon. The CovPot on the ePixel, very similar, but you can get those sabers for really cheap. But the only thing is the blades don't detach from the hilts. Yeah, there's so much out there. It's just like, where do I begin to tell you, you know, what's good and what to get?
Question from Christine Mendoza. How
Yeah.
was your ordering experience with Dark Wolf?
It was fine. I'm still waiting for it.
Just refer to the question.
Yeah. So Christina, how was your ordering experience? Fine. I didn't have any issues. I chose the two saber mystery box. There's a coupon code on the site that I used. I got an email notification, It's being shipped through DHL, and it should be here next week.
Louis Miguel Martinez asks, do you have problems with sabers from handling sabers of 2 buttons?
Do I have any problems with the 2-button handling sabers? I only have this guy here, which I keep because I love this one. But no, I haven't had any issues with this saber at all. It's been rock solid. So if you are having issues with it, you can either let me know, just find this video and leave a comment and let me know what the issues are with it. But no, it's great.
I'm a Jedi. I'll show you.
Like, this is one of my favorite handling sabers. I mean, the price was ridiculous, and it sounds great, works fine. All right, this video has been going on for half an hour. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm getting hungry here. Yeah, it's a nice hilt design. I do like it. Okay, I'll answer this last question from Christine. Control box or not? I'm assuming, like, are you asking me, do I prefer a control box or not? Okay, and Louis Miguel was just saying sometimes he has problems because when he doesn't want to turn on, he has to take the battery out and then put it back in to make it work again. Okay, what I will do is I'm gonna check through handling. They're really busy as well, but I'll reach out to them and I'll see if they have any new firmware updates for the 2-button and the single button H-Pixel sabers, and see if that will fix it.
And Christina said yes. What do you prefer?
Okay, what do I prefer? Everyday use, I prefer the one without a control box. Like, I have the Skywalker, the Anakin. I mean, they're really nice to look at, but in terms of trying to, like, spin it and stuff, you know, it's not comfortable at all. So no, I really don't prefer the control boxes if I want to actually use it, because yeah, those control boxes are not fun. And luckily, the replica that I'm going to be reviewing next doesn't use a control box, so that, you know, narrows it down. You know, it's not going to be Vader, it's not going to be Obi-Wan, it's not going to be another Luke. I don't want to tell you, but it doesn't have a control box. So no, I really don't prefer control boxes unless it's just a display piece, and then okay. The winner was Adam Kitson, I believe. I can't. Sorry, Adam Klotzer 8242. Once again, guys, I am gonna put these names in the description of this video. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because I am starving. Thank you, Sean, for mentioning that Adam won. All right. And oh yes, I am going to try to work on my SNPixel V4 series tutorials, or I should call it Force Park tutorials. I have a few more to do, but I'm just so distracted by life and all the stuff that I have. Like, I want to get the hardware reviewed. I don't keep everything I sell, because the stuff I buy, I usually sell it, and unfortunately I live in the most budget, cheapest province in the country. So people here always want to spend the least amount of money, and boy, you know, and I'm selling the stuff I've reviewed for less than what I paid, you know, and less than retail, and still having a hard time moving it, because that's how I can afford to get more stuff, right? I wish I could just live on donations alone, but it doesn't do it. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. So Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to have a look at this poll. All right, so awesome. Black Series helmet will be reviewed next week, and from there I'll keep making more polls, and I'll put them in the channel under the community section, so you guys can pick what you want to see next. All right, have a good night, and thank you to all who entered, and we'll see you next week.